two guys next door better fucking watch out. Cause I got a cartoon for you to watch. Yeah, that's fucking funny. Yeah, he said he had a cartoon for us to watch. So we called the cops on him, yeah, cause that's what we do. Us neighbors next door, we call the cops on the motherfucker every chance we get. Yeah, cause he's evil. And he's a bad guy. And he does all sorts of bad things. So we want to make his life fucking difficult. My name's Jurgen and I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, I live at number 4, Angelique Street. Yeah, that's right. Berwick, Victoria, Melbourne. Forgot the fucking Melbourne because I'm a fucking idiot. 3806. That's where I live. And I'm bald. And I got a red nub of a wife. And we are ultimate troublemakers. Yeah, because we like to stick our noses into everybody else's business. No, actually, we don't stick our noses into everybody else's business. We like to stick our nose into our neighbor's fucking business. Just the one guy we like to fuck around with. Yeah, because we think he's just a fucking idiot. But, oh no, maybe he's not a fucking idiot, and maybe we're in big fucking trouble when we die, because he's gonna put us in a fucking pyramid, and then he's gonna take us back to Source, and Source is gonna read our long frequency, and it's gonna know the shit we pulled in our lives, and holy fuck, we at number 4 Angelique Street are going to hell. Oh no, we're going to fucking hell. I'm fucking scared. Well, you fucking should be, cunts, because that's exactly what I'm gonna fucking do. And that's me, right there. So, hold on to your hats, put on your shoes, walk out the fucking door for all I care. 'Cause I got a thirst, a cold, hard thirst for a Victoria bitter. And now I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words. That happens often, especially when the camera's running. I get lost for words. And I don't know what to say. I get a bit of stage fright. Yeah, that's right. Stage fright. It's a fucking curse. So, Warwick, how are you gonna one day get up on stage and tell your fucking story? I don't know. I really don't know. Is it gonna be fucking funny? I don't know about that either. Maybe sometimes. Sometimes you'll be laughing, sometimes you'll be crying, sometimes you'll be giving a standing ovation for fuck's sake. But in the end, well, look, it'll just be a fucking roller coaster. It'll be one big up and down, left and right, fucking all over the place, just like you pricks have made me do. What's going to happen to the people, Warwick? Well, that's what I'm trying to work out. Because some of me wants everybody off the earth. A big part of me wants that. You know, after I die, after this guy here dies, after my meat suit dies. Okay? That's what I sort of want to do. What might stop you from doing that? Well, then I just think to myself, a lot of work's been put into this. Yeah, like about 12,800 years of work for this current iteration of civilization anyway. And I need to think to myself, do I want to fucking throw that in the bin? Or do I want to let everybody still do what they do, which is a lot of fucking sin, actually. Because I gotta say, once again, that everything, people, is recorded. Everything, okay? Everything you think, everything you do, everything you poo, even in your fucking shoe. And I don't know why I said that to you, but I'm just being a fucking idiot. Because that's what you're treating me like, an idiot. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. So I got to tell you some truth. Because I got to stop you people in any which way that I fucking can, because nobody's listening. Everything you do gets recorded. So, what does that mean? Well, I haven't finished. Everything you say gets recorded. Everything you feel gets recorded. Everything you taste gets fucking recorded. Now, have I missed one? Everything you hear gets recorded. I think that's the 5 senses. And how I know this is this. There's some guys on the planet. There's about 15 of them. For those who haven't heard this or seen this on the TV or whatever, I think there's about 15 or 20 of them, right? And they are, now this is what I don't get. I think they call them an idiot savant, right? And I guess the idiot part is that they are very good in one area, but maybe not so good in other areas. But I actually think that the idiot part has been put there as a, it's like the word come and come. It's like if I say come here, and then I go, oh fuck, don't come here, because I don't want to be cummed all over the face, or I don't want you to come on the floor on your way coming here. You know, like come and come. They've fucked with the language. Now there's Matthew Kelly, mentioned you in a comment, it said. Well, he's obviously here to disrupt what I'm telling you right now. That was a Facebook message that I got from one Matthew Kelly that says he went to Glen Waverley Secondary College as his only educational prowess. Because this Matthew Kelly thinks he's really clever. But, Matt, you're not as fucking clever as what you think you are. You really aren't. You're in fact, you're a fucking dickhead, Matthew Kelly. All right? A dickhead. You got a big dick on your fucking forehead. Now come and get me. I put my address. Come and fucking get me, dickhead. Bring all your fucking friends. And come and bring a gun. I'll get on my knees and I'll let you fucking shoot the one and only fucking son, you cunt. So anyway, I just had to let Matthew Kelly know what he really is. A fucking liar. Because he went to Brandon Park Tech, but he didn't fucking mention that, did he? Because it looks better if you put Glen Waverley Secondary College. It makes you look fucking more clever, doesn't it? Well done, Matt. Well fucking done. So, I was saying everything gets recorded, right? And what else was I saying? Yeah, so there's about 15 or 20 people on the planet, something like that. And even the lady from Cheers, now the TV show Cheers, I think she was the owner of the bar. She's and I was saying about the misuse or the the changing of language in general. I don't know if it happens in other languages. I guess it would. Like people come up with new words or characters or whatever. You know, those disrespectful people that want to change speech and change meaning. And that's natural. I mean, just like religion goes through an evolution. Some people don't like what they hear, for example, so they will leave their church or their congregation or their tribe or whatever it is, because religion is shown in many facets, and so they won't like what they hear, so they move on and start up their own congregation, their own church, their own whatever, and then take the majority of what they heard in their original church or congregation or religion or whatever the fuck it is. They take the most of it, but then they start telling it a little bit differently. And so that's evolution of religion, which happens. Language works exactly the same way. People say different things within where they are, but then I think what happens, and that's a potential, of course, but then I think what happens is they go to another place because they're an explorer or whatever. They are strong enough to leave their tribe, or they're even pushed out or whatever it is. So they go somewhere else, and then they're in a different part of Earth. And there's something poignant about that. that then changes the accent, that turns into a dialect, and then after a long enough period of time, in their new area on Earth, with their sort of new clan or whatever, society or whatever, then it turns into a new language, if the time permits and if they survive and if whatever. Yeah, and so the word come, come here. No, fuck off, don't come here. Put your dick away, please. I don't want you to come here. I want you to come here now. But still, don't do that. Put your dick away. You see, it's like ridiculous. So nefarious ones have gone and fucked with language over the time, but at the same time, it's sort of natural. But when it's derogative or it's turned into something stupid like a swear word or a bad connotation, well, then a nefarious one has done that on purpose to lower frequency. Because, yeah, that's just what happens. And this is a frequency war, right? It's a frequency war. The nefarious ones want lower frequency because they want, I'll get back to the track in a minute. Nefarious ones want lower frequency because they want to have nefarious ones continue to be carnated or incarnated into whatever meat suit it is that they get incarnated into, meaning whatever body. They can be in any family, they can be whatever. But, I have a way out of that, and it's called Sachem. But I had a way out of that before I invented Sachem. And Sachem is a super artificial intelligent quantum machine. But before that, and I'll get back to the track, don't worry. Before that, I had the idea of, why don't we have a system, right, that can bust the worst of the worst criminals? And I've said it before, I've written it down before, I've said it to others, you might have heard it before, but most likely not, but here it is again. And so, why don't we have a system that catches the worst of the worst, such as serial killers, rapists, pedophiles, murderers, what else? Maybe even, no, I don't really care about white collar crime or money crime. If you get away with stealing money or that, good on you. Well done. If it affects a whole lot of people though, like literally, like if you go and rob $10,000 off an old lady that only has $10,000 and nothing else, well, go fuck yourself. You're in trouble. But because money's evil in itself, money's a frequency inhibitor that keeps our frequency down, that again allows the nefarious ones to continue to carnate or reincarnate, and so the money system needs to be changed. Now, what was I saying? I'll just wait a tick, please. And the answer as to why isn't there this system currently, well, in the universe there is that system, and that is the various ways they have for counting and adjudicating karma, and I'm not going to get into that for the moment. That's for another day. So there sort of is that system, and also there is a satellite system, because that's what I'm talking about, is a satellite system. But there is a satellite system that I've seen just recently that I think is just not in orbit of the Earth, but is far away enough from the Earth to just be sitting there, so the gravitational pull doesn't pull it in. And I think it's watching the Earth, I think, and they haven't told us about it. Now, that's something new that could be a possibility. And so the answer to why there isn't this system officially or known by everybody, or that is there or whatever, is because the nefarious ones don't want it to be there. And who are the most nefarious ones? Well, that would be the Catholic Church. So Catholic Church, you are on notice, okay? Because I am here, the eye of the pyramid. Don't believe me? I don't fucking care, right? Because I don't care. You devil, you can't hurt me, okay? You just can't. You can try and try, because we're actually friends. And I don't like even saying this. I play for both sides, because that has a sexual connotation to it as well. because I don't play for both sides in a sexual way. I just like chicks, okay? But whatever, that's whatever. So the Catholic Church is one of the blocks to such a system that would, and they've got this Palantir with this Peter Thiel, you know, who's a bit of a fuckface, by the way. Peter Thiel, you're a dickhead. I don't understand how people like you get so much money. You come up with PayPal with your buddy Elon Musk. So that actually tells me what Elon Musk is. Yeah, I shouldn't be trusting Elon so much. I think Elon's a nefarious one himself because he talks too slow. He's measured too much. You know, he says some right things like, have more children. And he's done that. He's had lots of children with many different women, I think, which is a bit suspect, but good on him. He's got money, he can. Yeah, so Elon Musk, you know, he's got that antiquated SpaceX, and he gets on Rogan and he says, oh, there's no such things as UFOs. I haven't seen them, so they don't exist. And I would know, he says. He says, I would know. You know, if anybody would know, I would know. Elon Musk would know. Because I'm Elon Musk, so I must be read into everything. It's suspect how he's the richest person on the planet too, by the way. On paper, officially, that's what they state, that he's the richest person on the planet. But he sold PayPal, from what I know, I'll get back to the track when I get back to the track. You just listen. He sold fucking PayPal. I think he got about $400 million or something for that, right? Then he goes and, you know, and I obviously my chronological and actual knowledge of this is not totally correct, but it's correct enough for me to be not telling a lie. And so he starts up fucking Tesla, and he starts up the company that makes the Optimus, and I don't even know what that company's called, to tell you the truth, because it's not Tesla who does the Optimus robots. Yeah, that's very interesting. I can't remember, because I've seen some stuff on Optimus, but I can't remember what the company's name is. Now, that is very strange. But anyway, and he's got Neuralink. He's got the Boring Company as well, where they are boring, but no, they just dig tunnels. You know, he must be doing a lot of underground stuff. He must think that that's a good thing to be invested in, because he must think something like, well, I want lots of underground stuff, so I may as well have a company so it's sort of cheaper for me to do, because I can also get contracts by the government. And, you know, if shit hits the fan, well, I'm lying about us having to go to space, actually, because I'm going to be underground in my underground facility. Yeah, I haven't thought about that before, but that makes fucking sense, Elon, doesn't it? You're on notice, Elon. You're on notice. I thought you were on my side, but yeah, I'm not feeling that kind of way at the moment. Elon. And so I was saying about Elon. So he's got these companies, these various companies. Now Tesla has never really made any money. Yeah, I'm sure Neuralink has not made any money yet because it's not in the market. Optimus, still all of these robots that are going to be fucking here are still not really here in their masses, because, you know, and it's good and well that he's doing these things, and I hope he's doing them for actually. Well, Elon, switch sides, buddy. Come and join my team. All right. Now I'm in the wings and no one really knows about me. But that's okay, because that will change. Oh, and Elon's got this fucking hotel, which was called Blue something. It was called something 3, or it had a number in it. But they've changed that name, because I've looked on the internet again after about maybe 6 months of when I first looked at it. And he's got this retreat, or he's got this Fandangly hotel in Antarctica, which is very interesting. Supposedly the Germans went down to Antarctica after World War II. They just all ran for it. The ones who didn't get put into paperclip, well, they were the scientists. that Operation Paperclip, which was getting these Germans and shipping them over to the US of A to then continue with the iteration of the Third Reich, then turning into the Fourth Reich, and then they would have had some Germans already in America, such as the Bush family and Prescott Bush, who had to do with 9/11, okay? And Prescott Bush funded people, or Hitler, in the Second World War. That's very suspect. Yeah, and then they sort of did 9/11. And if anyone doubts 9/11 was an inside job or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you just have to look at and say to yourself, well, Building 7 just fucking fell down all by itself. When they said, oh, it was hit by shrapnel or fucking whatever it was from the planes hitting the Twin Towers or one of the Twin Towers, and then that shot off and then, fell into the fucking Building 7, and then Building 7 just collapsed into its own footprint like it was, went through a controlled demolition, So you just have to look at that one fact about Building 7, and then you can say to yourself, 9/11 was bullshit, okay? Right, so anyone who believes any different, you're a fucking sheep and you're an idiot. Because I'm telling you now, if you're listening to this and you still think 9/11 and COVID, just happened by itself, if you think that, you're a sheep, right? And you're a fucking idiot. And you should change your mind quickly. Now, there's a big, loud, fast car out there. It's looking for me. Anyway, that's another story. Yeah, so Elon. Yeah, so I don't think he's actually the richest person on the planet. I reckon there's a Saudi, like an oil person that's probably more rich, to tell you the fucking truth. So why do they say Elon is? Another psyop, I think. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Why did I get onto Elon? I don't know. He's South African too. I got South African fucking neighbours. One's named Jürgen, and my half uncle is named Jürgen. It's an interesting correlation. Oh, you're just clutching at straws, Warwick, they say. You're clutching at fucking straws with all these connections. Warwick, you're just an idiot. You're just a stupid fucking idiot, Warwick. Yeah. Oh, shit, you told him your real name. Oh, well, there's my name there anyway. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. 6 Angelique Street, Berwick, Melbourne, Victoria, 3806. Somebody, I implore you, come and knock on my door. No, don't come, but roll over to my house in a car or whatever you roll over in and roll over some money to me, okay? Knock on the door, shake my hand, hand me an envelope with a minimum $1,000 in it, and... Sorry, I'm just listening to a siren out there. I hear them quite often. Yeah, obviously, just the ambulance. So every time I hear it, I think, oh, shit, someone's off to the hospital. I've said too much. Because they've obviously fucking shit themselves and gone, I'm getting off this planet. And I'm jumping straight into the fucking pyramid that's going to take me to source and have my long frequency read. Because that's what you're all up for. Every single fucking human is in big, big trouble. But we can alleviate your trouble. You can come and knock on my... No, don't come and knock on my door. Fuck, I hate that word now. What have you done? I have to waste time every time I say fucking come. Come here. No, don't come here. Put your dick away. See how ridiculous it is? You fucking kumquat. You're a kumquat. That doesn't have that connotation, the kumquat. That fucking little fruit that's a kumquat. Kumquat, oh, now it does. Oh, fuck, it's full of semen and it's a semen quat. See, it's stupid. Come here. No, don't come here. Put your fucking dick away, I said. Or if you're a chick, just handle your thing. But anyway, knock on my door. You've got my address. Minimum $1,000, and you'll get a lighter sentence. I promise you, because I need to be rich. You see, and these videos with all these swear words of, oh, that's what I used to look like. These swear words in these videos isn't going to do me any fucking favours, is it? Because YouTube will flag that, and they'll demonetize it. Not that it's monetized anyway, because nobody's listening to what I got to say, which is ridiculous. The cleverest person on the planet. Look at this. Look at this. Look at me when I was a fucking kid. Look at this. Look. You idiots. Look at that. That's me. Right? I got chills looking at it. This is me. How many of you look like this when you were a kid? And you should look at me now. I look like a fucking idiot. I look just dishevelled and got no teeth. Look at that. What a cheeky look that is. Doing me puzzle. Kicking ass with the puzzle. I was the cleverest kid in kindergarten, I was. In my kindergarten. And it was a Waverley kindergarten, so the kids were pretty clever down there. Because, well, the high school had a 100% year 12 pass rate. Funny that, how we ended up in that fucking area. Or did the area go to us? And you pedophiles out there looking at these photos, if you are, and pulling your dick out and having a wank, well, guess what? I'll get back to my story about how everything's recorded. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And so, this Cheers lady, she's got this idiot savantness. Yeah, and they put that idiot there to dumb it down, sort of in a way. Because they're people with this, a savant is, you know, gifted and sort of talented. But it's also an anomaly. It's a quirk in the gene pool, I would say, because I'm just going to have a break for a sec. Yeah. Oh, this is what my house looks like. I shouldn't show you that. Oh no! Now you know I'm doing some business. I'm doing some business. What did Dad used to say. I forgot about this. I think like when I was about as old as what you saw in the photo. Well, my dad's a champion, actually. He's a fucking champion. He's evil. He's evil. And he did have evil dick. I'm sure, like most men do. Oh, I hope this doesn't make any noise. Sorry. Oh, fuck. Nobody posts this to YouTube. I can see my foot. So you really know what I'm doing. So anyway, I'll try and make it quiet. Because nobody does this, do they? And posts it to fucking YouTube. Well, that should tell you I mean business, because I don't have time. Right? I just got to bust this out. The shit as well. And Dad used to say, I'm doing a job. I'm on the job or something, he'd say. I said, what are you doing? I'd knock on the door and go, what are you doing, Dad? You know, I'm like 3 or 4 years old. You go, I'm doing a job. So how did he say it? He didn't say I'm on the job or doing a job, but he must have. Oh. Yeah, and so it's a quirk in the gene pool, because we used to have those abilities, or we potentially were supposed to have those abilities, or it's built in us for later for us to have those abilities when we go through enough of the evolutionary tract that we're on. Because that's what happened with Atlantis, right? Atlantis was an unsanctioned civilization, okay? It got shut down because, well, I'll tell you, because my sister, right, she snuck off here before I was due to come here and thought she'd start her own fucking civilization because she stole the way to do it from me, okay? And, yeah, she started up this Atlantis where they had all this technology and this whatnot. But then I say I had something to do with the pyramid. So maybe so that doesn't quite make sense. I might have to revise that. But there's something to do with it got shut down with the Diluvian, whatever, with the Great Flood. Because they'd done something wrong. And they shouldn't have been doing what they were doing. And they had too much power. Like they could probably levitate things and knew their past lives and and it was just, I think it was unnaturally done, and we're supposed to, if civilizations are created, they're supposed to go by a certain time scale to make them more natural, because natural is better. Okay, when it's done in a time level where it naturally comes about, which is what the universe wants, but I guess certain factions within the universe understand how and have the potential and the ability to be able to manipulate DNA and sorry that I'm speaking slow, because I'm actually thinking this for the first time in this particular way, in this detail. So I'm thinking and talking. So I'll get off that and I'll just say you've got some new information there, which may or may not be true, but the crux of it is that I'm spot on with that, and that's just how I work. And so we have the potential, and which possibly is our junk DNA, that's unused DNA, because I learnt when I was an 18-year-old, or about then, when my bitch-faced sister gave me a couple of folders of lots and lots of information about all this kind of stuff. Now, she was either trying to help me or she was trying to hinder me. I'm not sure what it was. She was maybe trying to fill me with too much information too quickly. That's the first time I thought about that. But anyway, and it had in there something about our DNA and how we've got a double helix system, but we should have like a 12 helix system or something, or that's what was intended. But that's probably, now that I think about it, because I was just talking about Atlantis, that's probably what went on a bit with Atlantis. And yeah, so anyway, we've got the marker inside our DNA in some way, shape or form of heightened ability. Okay, and it's there, and it's if we have a 12 helix system, but I think that's sort of too many. But what I want to come up with is a 4 helix system. That's why I've got that room that I was in before called the octagon, which is an iteration of the pentagon, because that's where business is going to be done from. I'm not going to go traveling the world and whatever. I will sometimes, but basically I just stay at home and get things done, because I'm announcing. With these videos, I've announced. Now you can either take it on board or you can fuck off, basically. So I'm telling you to listen and to believe what I'm saying. I'm telling you. I'm not asking. It's not a fucking choice anymore, because too much shit has gone on. The Big Bang timeline, which you'll learn at some point in time if you haven't already, has gone off to the negative too far. I've got no teeth. My best friend is dead. All right? Situations that shouldn't have happened, like World War II, because nefarious ones instigated those things. Because over thousands of years, you have some people have lived for one life, or a life, okay, in their meat suit for the 70, in the last 12,000 years, for the 70 or 100 years or whatever that we live for. They've lived their life just to make one decision, right, to a nefarious angle, to a negative angle, that did something negative, that they made something else negative, or somebody died that shouldn't have died, and then couldn't have children, basically, as a scenario. And too many of those have gone on, that later on 12, so it actually hasn't gone off the rails too bad, really. But by the time we got to 1940, whenever it was, even World War One was obviously the precursor to World War Two. I mean, 2 comes after fucking 1. So those cousins in there that started, these royal family cousins that started that war in World War One. I'm not a historian. I'm largely uneducated, okay? But I'm highly educated, because I haven't listened to the bullshit at fucking school, and I've just stopped that, and I've just I've been at the University of Life, and everywhere's an education, whatever's in front of you, negative or positive. is there to teach you something and to raise or lower your frequency. Nonetheless, it's all information. So in actual fact, it's always raising the frequency. But it's the rate of the raising of the frequency that is the problem. Right, sorry, I'm just, again, thinking of new stuff. And I'll get there. And so these savants, right, and these particular ones have an ability, and yeah, so it's a quirk in the gene pool that is also a very good quirk, and also, yeah, it's a marker, because it's there for me to have witnessed and come across, so that I could come up with what I'm telling you right now, for example, or have this take on it. Lucky you can't fucking smell in here because it fucking stinks. But anyway, I'll just pause that for a second because it's a bit rude. Alright? You don't want to hear me wiping my fucking ass, do you? Nah. Yeah, and so I'll try and get on with it. Wait, I gotta pause it. I just gotta think for a second, or 2 or 5 or 10 or whatever. Yeah, and so I'm gonna really try and get on with it and stop fucking around. And so that Cheers lady, she's got this ability, and there's about 20 of them on the planet, and what their ability is, and there's also autistics that have an ability as well with communicating with each other through their heads. And it comes down to my wagon wheel theory, which you'll find out about later, but that's just a heads up for that. And they remember every single thing that's gone through their 5 senses. I think, I haven't been told that, but let's just say they remember everything they've seen and they remember everything they've heard. They could remember as well from everything from their other 3 senses, okay? And so, for instance, because I saw this on 60 Minutes, and there was a girl, and I think she was Australian. There's one of them that's Australian. And then she was questioned about she loves Harry Potter, and she's read all of them, or whatever she's read, and whatever she's read, she remembers literally photographically and can access it straight away. Okay? My mum said to me, I've got a photographic memory, but I don't really think I do. But I do to the point where I remember everything I must remember in the moment. But my brain doesn't have, and it's quite possibly not located in our brain, what we remember and know. That's another thing. But we'll just say our brain houses everything, but we just don't have access to it. It's been switched off, so my foot hurts. So maybe, because again, I'm always developing what I'm talking about, because there's always a bit more, because that's ascension. There's always more to the story. There's always a higher level of truth, if you like. And so anyway, yeah, this Cheers lady is one of them, because normally these savants, she's very unique, because normally these savants are a bit quirky, are a bit lacking in the look department. And I'm not being derogatory or whatever, I'm just saying how it is, okay? They might be a bit geeky or sort of awkward sort of thing, because they have this ability. So that's the wagon wheel spoke theory that I have, that relates to one person's abilities, and someone with an even with a even thickness of spoke and very evenly spaced set of spokes, which are the abilities that person has. A savant will have a very thick spoke for their memory retention level, because the spokes relate to our characteristics. But I went there and I didn't really want to. But I gave you some more information quicker because I haven't got time to fuck around. None of us have time to fuck around. There's wars going on, okay? When I say bring me money, I mean it, okay? When I say your punishment will be less if you bring me money, I mean it, okay? Whatever I say, I mean it, and I want it to be done, because shit will go down. I guarantee you, shit will go down, probably when I'm not here, but But it might go down when this guy here is here, because I'm just in his meat suit, and I am the eye of the pyramid. That pyramid that was drawn on the $1 bill, which is still missing from my fucking door, I'll show you. There used to be, on the other side of this door, there used to be a $1 bill, okay? And some motherfucker has taken it, right? It used to be sitting there. The map is straight. Come and look. There you go. Don't come. Just fucking look. Used to be right there. Now some dickhead has fucking taken it off. And that dickhead is in big fucking trouble. Because I obviously put it there for them to take it off. And it's a fucking, it's a marker, okay? Because this is my point, okay? So now I know. So if everything can be recorded, right, which is the truth, right, like within someone's brain, what I mean right now, then that tells me that absolutely everything can be recorded. Because if somebody can read everything, or read what they've read, and hear what they've heard, and they can recall it, well, that means it's all been recorded, doesn't it? But none of us think that way, because very few of us know about these savants that I've just talked about. And it was on 60 Minutes, and it's mainstream news, and it's what? But it's quietened. They've said it because they know they have to fucking tell this kind of stuff. But they've also... Anyway, it's been put there, and I've found it, right? And like my nan said to me, Warwick, I haven't travelled much. I haven't been able to travel, and I haven't finished school, and because I had to look after my brothers and sisters because my mum died when I was like 3 or whatever. But you know what, Warwick? I had the TV, and the TV has taken me all around the world, more or less, she was saying, and educated me. And that's right. I sit here, but I don't want to be educated by the TV anymore. I want money, and I want it now. And I want to be able to travel, and I want to meet as many people as I can. I want to shake people's hands. I want to tell them something that I know that they don't. I want them to tell me something that they know that I don't. Because it's a two-way street, everything. You know, we're all in this together. We're all actually on the same fucking team because we're all on Earth. All right? And so the fighting has to stop. Netanyahu, Zelensky, fucking Putin, just put your arms down. Don't command your soldiers to fucking go and kill another human being. If I was asked to go to war, I'd say, fuck you. This is not my war, right? This is you dickheads fucking telling me that it's my war and that I need to defend something that has nothing to do with me, that you want me to defend, and therefore you're breaching my sovereignty, because that's an intrinsic law within the universe, okay? That is the glue, one of the glues that holds the universe together. Work that out yourself, or maybe I'll work out telling it to you one day. Stop the killing. So back to and a surveillance system. And so I've gone in a big round circle. And so I know that there is a way, or that everything is recorded in the universal sense. The universe has consciousness as a mechanism. It has the Akashic records as a mechanism. It has atoms and physicality itself as a mechanism, because everything's memory. Everything's actually a receptor. Everything registers vibration and frequency to the degree of its ability to be able to measure it. So an atom is not going to hear words and be able to, but it can actually. But we have hearing and we have sight and feel and smell and touch, and that's our mechanism of registering what is going on around us. And every bird call that just happened and every whatever that you hear and whatnot, it's put and it's stored somewhere. And I know that because our brain has the ability to remember everything we've ever heard or seen. So I've extrapolated, and I sort of that's given me the proof. Anyway, if you can't understand it, I don't really care. I need to move on. But I do care. I very much care. I very much care. And I don't want all the money. And I don't just want money for nothing. And I'm not an asshole. And as much as who they are have said that I am, and am a schizophrenic and this and that, and which I have been. I've smoked marijuana, and I've copped the schizophrenic world about 8 times in my life, and it's fucking hell. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. My worst enemy is my sister, so I wouldn't wish it upon her. And guess what? She doesn't have mental illness, but my other sister does, and my mum does, and that's because of World War II. And because my pa was a Ratatoorook, it affected his DNA, which then got passed down to my mother, who also, because we also choose our family and we choose our life circumstances, maybe not literally, but overall, if anyone can believe that. My sister told me that when I was like 12 years old in her car after we went and saw a Takashi, a lady in Mount Waverley would channel this spirit named Takashi, and could have been bullshit, could have been true, whatever. Might have just came from herself, actually. Yeah, it might have been her book, because everyone's got a book of life, what they talk about. But it's always sort of changing. I've got to move on, because I've got to get out of here and do stuff, but I need to make sure I finish this. And then... And so when we walk on the concrete, right? Because even as a teenager, I had chats with some guys, and we sort of alluded to this in a way. But when you walk on the concrete, like, so to give you the idea, if people just keep walking on the concrete, it never looks like it's changed. But after 10 years, if there was enough foot traffic on that concrete, there'd be divots in the concrete. So you can say that whilst we can't see any change from walking on it once, it has changed, right? It's just we don't have a measuring device to be able to measure the change from one walking on the concrete. But you pick up whatever, and the atoms have been, whatever's inside has registered in their way. And because I say that everything's conscious, right? Even Elon Musk said, and I'd already thought this before I heard him say it, I'm pretty sure, even Elon Musk said, either everything's conscious or nothing's conscious. So I'm still at odds with Elon Musk. I don't know what his fucking caper is, but he might be one of my plants as a timing device. I don't know. But, and not that people are devices, but everything's a sort of a device. And so, because we're all just robots, really, just so-called natural ones. And so the concrete's changed to whatever. So therefore you can say all the walkings of or on the concrete have been recorded, because the divots are there. You know, it has changed in some way. Again, we just don't have the measuring device to be able to measure that yet, but it will come down. There'll be a frequency. Someone's going to invent a frequency detector, because it's all about frequency. Okay, after each Planck second or Planck bit of time, nothing is the same as what it was just a Planck second before. Why? Because everything in the universe is moving. Nothing's in the same place as it used to be. Okay, and that's why orbits are spherical as well, which that won't make sense to you, but and I can't be going into my circle idea. Well, I'll quickly will. A circle which I realised in about 2004, 2005. I'm 45 years old now. I was born on the 27th of the 7th, 1979. I've given you my address. Bring the fuckwits with guns. Bring the fucking mafia to fucking kill me. Bring whatever. Go the fuck ahead, because you won't be able to find my house, okay? Things will change, and my car, if it's at the front, will look different. It just will, because I'm protected, motherfuckers. But I'm starting to realise it for real now, right? So 6 Angelique Street, Berwick, Melbourne, Victoria, 3806, Australia. There's a loud car running around. Roll up to my door. If you can manage to get to my door, then that means you're a good person, or you're at least good enough. And you will have an envelope with a minimum of $1,000, because you know what I'm telling you is correct. And if I don't get what I want, shit is going to hit the fucking fan. I don't care. If you don't want that to happen, roll up. There's enough millionaires out there. There's enough billionaires out there who have access to $1,000 to even send your lackey. Send whoever. Here you go. Here's $1,000. Warwick Reed, WARWICK That's a pretty good fucking signature, isn't it? I like it. Yeah? You saw the photos of me. I'm gifted, motherfuckers. Right? And I'm going to say it, and proud of it. I'm number one. I'm the gun of the sun. that don't have a fucking gun because I am the one. I don't need one. A gun. I don't need to shoot you in the fucking head because you'll do that to yourselves eventually because I'm festering up, not festering because that's the wrong word. I'm going for a scenario where everybody just starts beating the shit out of each other because we are all robots and it can be done to you people. It can be fucking done. All right? We can make you do things you don't want to do. Right? My best friend is fucking dead because of it because my dad's a cunt. He's a fucking cunt. And he killed my best friend and protector without doing it. But also I killed my best friend and protector because he headbutted me in the fucking head, right? With the intention to kill me. And no one's allowed to fucking do that. Because if you have an intention to kill number one, that's it. You will get done by maybe a fucking gun, bang, bang, you're dead. Bullets in the fucking head. All right? So that's that. I'm shaking down the planet right now. Okay, YouTube, if you don't let people watch this because you shadow it, you shadow ban it or whatever, guess what, Sergey and dickhead partner? You're going down, motherfuckers, because we're going to put this music up here for free, you motherfuckers. We don't give a shit about money, but we want it. And we don't want you fuckwits to have it anymore because I'm a fucking angel right now. This is now Warwick fucking talking. You people are in big fucking trouble. We're out there in the universe killing your family members. The angels, the fucking righteous ones, the cunts, the evil ones. We've got control without having fucking control, you pricks. We've got everybody on every fucking side because we sit in the middle. We are the middle of the middle. And this motherfucker here, Mr. Warwick fucking Reed, he is the middle. He is the one. Okay? He's Neo from the Matrix, you pricks. You don't want to fucking believe it? You don't have to. Because I'm telling you what's what. Because once you're told, and if you still don't fucking believe it, guess what? You're all literally going to fucking hell. Every single motherfucking one of you. Because what's happened to this kid and his best fucking friend and protector is beyond what should have happened. You have no idea the purity you have tainted in Warwick's family and in fucking my family. Because I am fucking Nino, you fucking pricks. I thought I was number one. I didn't realize this kid here was number one. He didn't look that fucking special to me. But when I fucking died, I found the fuck out what the fuck he is. And he is God. And he is everything. If he don't exist, we don't exist. But that's not quite true. If he fucking gets put down before or outside of a certain time level, which I should have the picture here, but somebody fucking took it. And it's that, basically. If we... Okay, I'll do this quick. So this is the Big Bang timeline, because I've got enough information to be able to do it. We've got 1, and we got X here, and we got 1, basically. And look at the yin and yang there. Okay? This is the listen up, you motherfuckers. Okay? You fucking scientists out there, and an uneducated person, so-called, is going to tell you what's what. So we could even put it on one in the next there and the next one on one there. Beautiful. Yeah, it works. Then we can go, oh, watch it develop. What the fuck's going on? This is out, but it's not. This goes here and here. Yep, good. And that's supposed to go back, and it's fucked up, but whatever. Because it got to be unbalanced to a certain degree or another. Because I've learned, I've remembered that it can't be one. And I'll get into that later, right? But just look at this and just whatever. They tell me I'm supposed to get a Nobel Prize. Well, I won't accept it. Because the scientists are all in on a fucking hoax. All right? Because there's many scientists out there that know a lot. But they're compelled by contracts not to tell anybody. And they fulfill those contracts. They don't tell anybody. But they don't realize that they're reaching the ultimate contract, which is their frequency, their long frequency. That's our soul. That's our... I got to get out of here before 1 hour. That's their soul. That's their... our soul, our spirit is our what I call our long frequency, which is anchored into physicality and is anchored into our body. our meat suit, and it is anchored there, and our long frequencies, they use physicality to evolve. When we're in the ether, or we only evolve slightly, because time is different. There's more receptors in physicality, right? So there's more learning potential. There's more bits to learn from, if that makes any sense. There's planks. The smallest thing is a plank. Okay, plank time, plank mass, plank fucking whatever. Yeah, I'm uneducated. But I've made some more planks. I've made the grand plank, the nano plank, and the quantum plank, which I don't know if I'm going to change those, the names, but they exist. Regardless of what their name is, they now exist. There is smaller bits of physicality than there used to be 2 months ago, because I only come up with it within the last 2 months. And people will say, no, that doesn't exist. And I will say, that's because the measuring device is not yet here for it to be able to exist. I'm going to go at 5756. Because then it's going to say 5757. And my house address used to be 57 Cathy's Lane. Dad said, don't tell them. Don't tell them. 57 Cathy's Lane. One turner. Because if you think you're a time fucking traveller or whatever the fuck you are and you want to go kill me in the past, well, go for it. Because I'm here, motherfuckers, and that's that. I survived, you pricks. Okay? We had to get rid of, which we didn't, but we had to get rid of my best friend, and because he went too far, Nino. Okay? But he was my protector, my best fucking friend. And he's dead, and I got no teeth, and that's fucking wrong. And my sister is a big part of it. My sister is a big part of it. Okay? And she's in big trouble. Right? She's in big, big trouble. Nothing's going to happen to her. She's going to live out her life and die of natural fucking causes, whenever that will be. But those natural causes will be because the universe made it fucking happen at exactly that time. And in fact, we all die on the day that we're sanctioned to die. Nothing can fucking change it, because a lot of this is deterministic, a lot of it. We have far less free will than what we know we have, and I've said a lot, and I haven't said too much, and I'm going to stop this in a few seconds or so when it gets to 56 seconds, so that on YouTube it's going to say 5757. So, take a deep breath, everybody. Let's have a meditation. I feel relaxed. Do you feel relaxed? I hope so. Because this is the main event. Not Clive's main event. But he'll be okay. Oh, there's a heart I'm drawing. That's nice. Yeah, I didn't realize. Yeah. Because I care. I actually really care about everything and everyone, but no one's cared for me. People have really abused their duty of care.